What are we hearing right now? Okay.
Turn it on.
Reminder that we believe everything is live streamed. Or it's at least being recorded, so you might pick up people knowing him.
Zoom link has been added
Is that on
on the website page,
on just the homepage or?
on the homepage. That's where that's where the YouTube link is at.
I'm just looking for where it is. Oh, I see.
There it is. Yep.
Let us restart the meeting, have a summary of this issue. I do have the Zoom, which is posted now on the website for live streaming as a backup. It is our understanding that people, at least one person outside of this building, is capable of seeing the Zoom. Is capable of seeing the YouTube live streaming as well. But we'll have this as Zoom that's currently also live streaming, which is also being recorded as backup. Yes, okay. All right, let's start again.
Okay. The time is 10:44. Call the meeting to order. Let's start with a roll call
Ernest Satchel,
here.
Steve Flattery,
Here.
Joy Hall,
Here.
April Tyler,
Here.
Kristen Gilbert,
Present.
Julia Cox,
Present.
Brenda Powell,
Present.
Clarice Mathias, present.
Yes, now we will start the Lord's Prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father,
There.
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. The chair will accept the motion, request a motion for the approval.
Is this summary of the closed session attached in the minutes?
Please.
Not this.
Motion
I don't think he
to
ever
go
does
into
it.
closed.
Mhm.
I'm sorry,
just the motion to go into closed session.
The summary should be always included with the minutes.
It's
It's online.
It's on.
Okay, is there any, do you have a copy that they can look at so they can approve it correctly? Always supposed to be attached.
Okay. It's online, so I'll read in place.
Okay, can you all, so we can, can you look on your phones to look on and see the? So we can fully approve the minutes that include the closed session summary that has been previously posted online. Just without we have a complete set. That's approved today.
Sit under agendas.
Summary of the closed meeting held
You don't
on,
have to read it, Mr. Ernie. I'm just showing it to you because I didn't see that you had your phone out.
okay.
And did you-
I don't have one.
She should have told him what is in there. It's gonna be. State. board. The state board of elections.
Oh, it's not what she sent us.
It's on the county website.
Yep.
I was saying, I didn't see
Yeah,
anything what she sent us.
They're posted
Yeah,
on the
I did
county
see it.
website. Yeah.
This summary.
Okay.
Yeah, not right now. I did see it.
So. Go ahead and do your call for the vote and approval of the complete minutes from October 6th.
Everyone has reviewed the minutes from our last meeting. The chair will
And
request a motion.
we'll do both in the closed meeting. Together.
I motion, make a motion to approve the minutes from October 6th, 2025.
This is some.
Heard the motion, we get a second?
I think one of the board members is, just wants to clarify that what you're calling for is approval of the minutes from the October 6th, 2025, which is included in the packet, plus the one page that is missing that includes the closed session summary from October 6th. Correct, is correct.
I request a motion for approval of the October the 6th, 25 minutes and the addendum for the closed session summary.
I'll go ahead and approve or accept a motion.
A second.
It's properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. The minutes have been, from the October 6th meeting have been approved. We will next have public comments.
Nope.
Before that,
Actually,
E.
oh, I'm sorry. Public comments.
yeah,
No, me.
Well, Mr. Ernie, could we have the election director and election program supervisor one report?
The election director, elections program supervisor one report is next.
Okay. Within the office, we've got September, October, and November. We closed out November
It says the 30th on there because we haven't processed anything because of the holiday until today, so all of that goes into December, so they're all full files. We processed the, DHMH files for September, October, November, processed the air report for November. After we completed the air report for November, we sent out 135 NVRAs. These are people that for whatever reason we show either have moved out of the county, moved out of the state, or are no longer accepting mail at their Somerset County address. So we've mailed out a total of 135 of those. We also have started doing processing MVA surrender letters. This is information that the state's receiving from the Department of Motor Vehicles stating that a person in Somerset County has surrendered their driver's license. And we mail them a letter. And the letter is that if they've canceled their driver's license in Maryland and have been reissued a new license in another state, they need to notify us, fill out the form so we can cancel their voter registration in the state of Maryland as well. Please keep in mind with these MVAs, surrender letters, it may not be that the person has moved out of state. It may just be an elderly person that is no longer comfortable to drive, that has surrendered their driver's license, gotten a state issued ID, but is still physically, mentally capable of voting. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that person has moved completely out of the state. It's basically just a, hey, we've received information that you surrendered your driver's license. Can you give us some more information as to, have you moved?
If that doesn't get returned, is there anything that you do
Nope.
additional?
Nope. We can follow up on it, but if we don't have a contact number for them or any other information, they go inactive. And then but it is another way. Most of them have been coming back. Because and people see that jury notice on there and they're like, no, thank you. So we have been getting quite a few of them back of the MVRAs. We've been doing them now for about 4 months. So we'll see what happens. We had a training class with the Republican Central Committee for voter registration distribution. It is required to be done by the state board. We're required to do it now by the state every year. Training was at the Princess Anne Library on October 20th at 4:30. We had 7 members of the Republican Central Committee that were in attendance. Democratic Central Committee was trained on September the 15th at 5:30. We did that here in the office and we had 8 in attendance for that class. We're still doing the Zoom meetings regarding the election judge manual and forms. The election judge manual itself is done. It's been put on the library. I've downloaded and we're going in and we have to personalize the chapters and edit the chapters. And when I say personalize, where it says state, we take the state out and we put in our contact information and the local board information because we want our election judges to contact us if they're out in the field and there's any issues. Hopefully I'll have that done around the end of January and it'll be in the printer, hopefully by February the 2nd, because we're not scheduled to start election judge training until Monday, April the 13th. We've been working on right now it's kind of slow in the office, so we're working on little tasks to prepare for the election. The ballot marking device paper, the long strips that have nothing printed on that are blank. We've been putting those in bundles of 25 and been putting them in security envelopes and sealing them. And then we have them all counted up and stacked and ready to go. Right now, we're up to 525 bundles, and that gives us 13,125 slips for the polling sites, which should get us through the primary and the general election. So just little tasks that we've been working on, trying to clean stuff up around the office. And then we're waiting on the State Board of Elections to finalize the forms to be put in the election judge manual, and then I can finalize the training packets for election judges.
So what was the number of the blank ballots that you've had sealed up and secured?
We got 525 packs of 25.
And that totals
13,125. And we only have 14,000 registered voters in Somerset County. A lot of people don't use the ballot marking device. That should be plenty to get. Yes, ma'am. Yep. it's for the all of 2026 elections. So. It's a good way, because once they stay in that box, if they get exposed to any humidity, or if they, for one reason, get exposed to sunlight, they don't work, they won't go through the scanners. So if we go ahead and bundle them up and put them in the state security envelopes and seal them, they're protected. That's another reason.
Um, been doing the monthly critical oversight audits. On the county that are assigned the town of Princess Anne with their redistricting and now they're going to hold their special election in February. And then we'll have to get the redistricting done before June. So we're going to be in a time crunch to get their redistricting done. They had another commissioner that was become ill and has to be removed from their board. So now they have to replace them. So that's why they're going to be holding a special election. We've been processing information and submitting information for the polling places, the early voting center and the ballot boxes to the state for approval. It will be going in front of the state's board. They also have a board like we have, and they have to approve it before we can finalize them. So we're waiting on them. And that was a massive amount of paperwork that we had to do just to get that in there. We had to do it prior to every election. We'll have to be doing that.
Was that the election plan that we approved
Yeah, we approved,
our last meeting?
right, and then I have to submit it to them to be approved.
And they're monthly, right? They meet monthly.
They meet monthly, but they only do certain things at certain times. And they have 2 meetings in December to approve all the states. And Nick's been assisting Anne Arundel County in their special election that was in Annapolis to get hands-on training to go through a national election. So we sent him up there for that. That's what we've been doing.
I put in your paperwork too, the monthly statistics. I didn't go through them. Do you want me to run through them with you, or do you want to just look at them on your own? It's entirely up to you.
This is some, I didn't see this in our minutes online. It's
I sent to you on Wednesday.
Okay.
She did.
That's in the every.
Can we run through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had time to look through it and I do have some questions. But if you want to go through the.
I sent her one online too.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Me,
Mhm.
yeah, but I can't remember. I looked at the documents quickly about that, now, so I can't remember what was it. Here, give me one copy and I'll still give you this. How about, yeah, these were in there. Okay. See yours real quick.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, this one is September 1st to September 30th. Additions to the county register. We had a total of 92, and it showed you the breakdown as to where they came from. Subtractions from county active status. These are ones that people have moved, people have died, moved to another county. We had a total of 145, and it shows you the breakdown of those. Party affiliation changes, it shows you how many we had of those. It gives us roughly about 32. And then it shows us at the very end, our current active voter registry is 14,691. And it shows you the party affiliation breakdown if anybody's interested in that. Moving on to October. We have got additions to the register were 74, subtractions were 55, 22 party affiliation changes. And that brings us to our total of active registrants in Somerset County to 14,742 at the close of October. And then we have November 1st to November 30th. Even with the Thanksgiving break, nothing was processed after I printed this, so this is all accurate. Subtractions, we had a total of 69. Additions were 69. Subtractions were 87. Party affiliation changes were a total of 19. For our total, current active registration, 14,727. The 8 actives are in there, as you can see. But there really hasn't been a lot of changes to those. They're pretty much still just inactive, other than the newer ones that have been added from the ERIC report. So you might see a little bump in November. Okay,
Yeah, that was my question.
okay.
So the inactive kind of the number jumps from like September 436. And then 404 in October, then back up to 417 in November.
Yep.
So what causes those? to
We process
fluctuate?
the ERIC report. So when we get the ERIC report, it gives us an address of someone that has moved outside the state of Maryland. I make them inactive and I send them a little MVRA card, little postcard that says, hey, we've received notification that you've moved. If you've not moved, fill this card out, send it back to us. If you have moved, fill this card out.
And you're
Right.
getting it back, so that's why it's going down.
It's going up because I added some inactives to it because I
Okay.
processed the ERIC report in November. There was a very large ERIC report that came down this last time.
Okay,
The state had, I think it was a double batch that they sent us, so we've had to do a little bit more. But that's why you see
Okay.
the jump. And hopefully, when we do, I'm not gonna say the December one, because with the holidays, people set stuff aside. But probably by January, you might see that number start going back down again when we start getting them in and removing them from the inactive status and removing them from the rolls completely. Because they did complete the form and they did let us know that, yeah, I have moved. So that's why you see that little jump. Yep.
or 400, I would like to see that closer to 0 and inactive, but I know there's only so much you can do if we're not gonna get back to you though. There just seems to be, there's gotta be something that cleaning
And
things
well,
up,
when
other than waiting, the waiting game will keep to get back to you.
If they came into the polling place and they're inactive in our book,
Right,
they have to show us something
right,
to make
and
them,
then vote provisionally.
and they vote provision, yes. So we still investigate it,
Right.
and then they can go from inactive to active if they've changed their address and they just haven't bothered to update things.
So if they come in inactive, they have to have all identification,
Yeah.
proof of residency.
Right.
Brenda, I have a question. With each of these periods on the additions to the county registration, just specifically the additions, the large majority of the activity is motor vehicle registration.
Correct.
What is that? Like,
When you go
what's
to,
going on with motor vehicle?
persons receive their driver's license, turn 16, they register. When you go get your driver's license, they register you to vote at the MVA. MVA,
Solicit that to that person.
I don't necessarily know if it's a solicitation per se, but when you go up there to do your driver's license and you have that little screen where you sign all that stuff, it asks you, do you want to register to vote? If you click yes, then it takes you to the next prompt. What party do you wish to be affiliated as, and moves you through the prompts. Are you eligible to vote in the state of Maryland? They collect yes, it moves them through the prompts. Those are how we get the largest majority of new registrations, whether the person just got their learner's permit, the person just moved into the state, maybe they had lost their driver's license for DUI or something like that, and they had to get their driver's license reinstated. That's also how we get a lot of our updates. People have a tendency to forget to notify us that they've moved, but they go to the Department of Motor Vehicles to tell them that they've moved because they need a proper identification for, personal reasons. I mean, you gotta have a picture ID for a lot of things. That's where the majority of all that comes from. So,
If a 16-year-old gets their permit, they don't go on the voter roll.
yes, they do. And a letter and advising them that they are not eligible to vote. But I'll give you a prime example. Our youngest, he right now is not eligible to vote, but in January he turns 18. So he didn't vote the last election. He was a registered voter, but he was ineligible to vote. And we mailed him a letter that says, you are a registered voter, but please keep in mind you are under the age of 18, so you're ineligible to vote in this election. And then, but come this election in June, he will be eligible.
So they
Because
show
they're
them
not
not old.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
They can't. They'll be
Yes.
flagged or.
Correct, yes.
It's flagged, since they're not in there for them.
Because you're not asking for their ID.
No,
To check
but
their
it's
age.
already
that-
flagged.
and That
Yep, it's
is
fine.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's no different. They used to, before they did the Department of, we would go out to the schools. And they would do a voter registration drive at the school. They've been doing that for a long time. I mean, like before we even had empty voters, they would go out to schools and take paper forms out and register students to vote. Yep. But Department of Motor Vehicles is, whether it's new, updates, changes, or surrenders, we get that information from them and we process it. It's other state agencies as well. Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, Social Services, Department of Aging. A lot of them, if an older person has gone in there to get housing assistance or heating assistance and they've moved, they update that information and they send that to us as well because they're a state agency. So we partner with a lot of state agencies that deal with the general public to get information. Thank you. Sure.
No further questions? Okay. We'll move on to the. Yeah. We'll move on to public
Did we
comments.
approve did we approve the minute?
No comments.
We'll have to do.
The next board meeting will be March the 2nd, at 10 o'clock.
Mr. Satchel, may I add to the agenda? Briefly, okay.
Sure.
Just on the subject of dates, I just want to note, and it's been part of the calendar, but I just wanted to note, because this year is going to be different with regard to the elections, due to the holidays. I just want to note for the board's, just reminder and pointing out and for the public too, just our canvas dates from what I see, and Ms. Cox, you can correct me if I'm incorrect, but typically we have canvas, we have election day on a Tuesday. Our first canvas is that Thursday, and then we have canvas the following week, Wednesday and Friday. The 4th of July holiday is July 3rd of 2026, which closes the state offices. Therefore, the final canvas is actually going to be Monday, July 6th next year for the primary. And we have a similar circumstance for the general election. As I mentioned, usually election is Tuesday. First canvas is that following that same week Thursday, and then final canvas is Wednesday and Friday. That Wednesday, I believe that is Veterans Day for November of 2026. I believe that the canvases for those are after the election day is November 3rd. The first canvas is Thursday, November 5th. The next canvas skips the holiday of the Wednesday, the 11th, and we'll have it on Thursday, the 12th, with the final canvas on Friday, November 13th. Is that correct, Heather?
They have not given us definites yet.
We may not have definites yet, but note that those are state holidays. So that would be our typical canvas days. So just keep your calendars very open during the election time so that we can make sure that we don't have any issues with date confusion. And we'll update that as we learn from the state then. Thank you, Mr. Satchel.
Now we will press a motion to go into closed session.
Adjourn first.
We have to adjourn this meeting.
Okay, let's close it.
All at once, you want to ask to go into closed session for some specific reasons and adjourn the meeting at the same, adjourn the open meeting at the same time.
The chair will adjourn the meeting and go.
Ask for a motion
Ask for a motion.
to adjourn and to go, somebody is asking to go into closed session for what purposes listed.
Mhm.
We'll ask for a motion to go into closed session and to close the meeting. To close the meeting and go into closed session to for legal advice and confidential personnel involving one or more persons, specific persons.
Mhm.
I make a motion to close the regular session and to go into a closed session for legal advice and confidential personnel involving one or more specified person.
In a second,
I'll second.
Can you call for a vote, Mr. Satchel?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it.
And
Okay,
it's what
thanks.
time for
The
closing and going to?
time is 10:13.
Mm-mm.
No,
11.
11.
11.
11:13.
My phone says 11:12, but okay, we'll close and go into closing the regular session. Closing the open session and going into closed session now. So turning off the other live stream back up.